I be stressing on my CDs. Making it out the ghetto, putting my section on the TV. Sometimes I be wanna go berserk, but I'm alright, cause I just hit this perk. See me in the studio, you know I come to work. Tell them my life so they can feel my hurt. Sometimes I be wanna go berserk. They never gon' forget what I be stressing on my CDs. Making it out the ghetto, putting my section on the TV. Sometimes I be wanna go berserk, but I'm alright, cause I just hit this perk. See me in the studio, you know I come to work. Tell them my life so they can feel my hurt. Sometimes I be wanna go berserk.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. You're tuned in to the baddest show formerly on the radio. Now, the baddest get on the internet, the sharpest, cleanest, baddest and meanest, the flyest, the coldest, the meanest, and the boldest show formerly on radio. Now on your internet world, in your homes, your cars, wherever you be listening, is Voice of the People. And King Jab is the voice of the people. I'm riding sidecar and shotgun, rolling with my brother, Professor Donnie, Intellectual Gangsta. King Jab, voice of the people. What you got for us this evening?
Man, what's going on, man? How y'all doing today? So we're gonna go right into this here because I'm still laughing about this. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So for all y'all, locals, y'all know this week, this Friday, it's a big game Friday. Lakewood take on Bogey. We at Bogey. Donnie missed the Bogey. I missed the Lakewood. We will be on opposite sides on this week. You know what I mean? Because my dog that got kicked out the booth, y'all.
The last time we played each other, King Jab and myself were both in the press box.
We both the press box.
Came from the press box.
He blamed it on me. Correct? But I kind of told him, like, yo, this ain't going to work out for you, right?
I was forewarned. I definitely was.
So, Brother Donnie in the press box, right? Brother Donnie done broke out with Jamaica Funk. I'm like, Brother Donnie, they going to run your behind up out of here.
He knew. King Jab's insight did tell me, listen, brother, you got to make sure that your music selection is for the crowd that you got coming in this thing. I had Tom Brown funking for Jamaica going, though, big brother. We was funky.
Jamaica and all that. So the speed thing's forward, right? So my grandson, team, he played for Lakewood Junior Spartans, and they was honored by Bogey at the JV game. No, was that a varsity game? Last week varsity, Bogey against Gibbs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So I say, Daddy, you still in the booth? He talking about, nah, they done got rid of me. And I'm like, damn, dog. He talking about, yeah, you told me. I say, that's crazy. So I'm sitting out there, y'all, and it was so funny to me. I haven't been tickled like this in a long time because they done kicked Donnie out the booth, but the dude opened it up, and the first song he played was the oldest Kodak Black song.
And I told King Jab, I said, look, King Jab, I think they were going in a different direction. They wanted a little younger selection. Maybe Kodak. I said, but bro, I don't know Kodak, man. So I can't really bump Kodak like that. Now California.
You know that one, bro.
Yeah, I did know. I started the Z-Walk. To it, bro.
So man, that was funny, man. But shout out to the Bogey in Lakewood, man. Both teams having good seasons. Always been a battle. It's been a battle for like the last 4 years, man. I don't know what's going on, but I think we're gonna run y'all out y'all stadium this week, man. Sorry.
So Jab,
apologies.
Jab, Christine, my wife's bestie, was working in the concession stand. She was in the back on the burgers, and she told me her daughter is a senior at St. Pete, and so she said, Donnie, and man, you should have seen the look of anguish on her face. She said, homecoming, Donnie. She said, listen, the week before homecoming, we played Lakewood. Man, you should have seen the look on her face. She said, they hit us with a 60 burger. I said, well, so she just looked at me and shook her head like, oh, well.
Yeah, they not playing. They not messing around. Unfortunately,
yeah,
the boys ain't messing around.
Yeah.
Hey man, let's go to some I got some very interesting news topics I want to hit, man.
Yes, sir.
And the first one I want to hit, it's always my favorite as food and beverage jab.
Mm-hmm.
Pinellas County restaurants with the most violations. This is a list from August 2025. And this list is crazy, bro. 69 restaurants on this list. 69. You want me to name some of them?
Please do, big brother. You're the voice of the people.
All right, let's go right into it. Buffet City, 1030 58th Street North. What that is, the buffet up there by the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunatos, North. Beef O'Brady's, 34th Street South.
Whoa,
22
man.
violations. Administrative complaint recommended. We got Chile Verde, 34th Street South.
Right next door.
20 violations. Administration.
Hold on.
Absolutely. Right next door.
Whoa. Right next door. So that means when something run from one building, it run right to the next.
Sam's Gyros and Seafood, 4745, 22nd Avenue South. That's the one over there by you, my brother. 19 violations.
That's right next to the barbershop. Yeah, right across the street.
Yep. Yeah. La Segunda Bakery, 18 violations.
The one on 4th Street?
Yep.
Whoa.
West Shore Pizza, Tyrone Boulevard, 18 violations. The Super Buffet, 62nd Avenue North. We just went out there too, bro, not too long ago. 17 violations, bro. Pacific Counter, downtown St. Pete, 16 violations. Emergency order recommended that the facility be closed.
Wow.
The Glass Noodle, downtown St. Pete, 16 violations, recommended that the facility be closed.
I got a question for you.
Each other. So they sharing the same rodents, bro.
Right. That's what I was going to ask you.
They sharing the same rodents, bro. Y'all ain't fixed the problem together. The Florida Bean, 2410 Central. I'm calling out the address.
Yeah. Hey.
16 violations. An administrative complaint recommended. Level Rocks.
Which one?
8040 Pasadena.
Oh, boy.
14 violations. Emergency order. Jab, lock the door, man. Everybody going outside. I'm just gonna lock the door.
No.
Y'all come stand out here with me and lock the door.
Hey, KJ, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Because I got more on this list. I'm not
right. So whenever there's a natural disaster,
yeah,
right, and you have places that have to be abandoned because flood damage or any kind of inundation, right? I only imagine that when they reopen one business, like let's say in a corridor, and that business is preparing food, that it's going to attract vermin from everywhere to that business. And then my question was this though: when they're building and that construction is going up, right? And they have these places that are open and these they're breaking ground and they kind of messing up the biome. Do you usually find when they're doing construction and when they're building that it has the same effect of when they're rebuilding after a natural disaster as far as rodents and other animals and things getting in there?
Nah, that ain't gonna, bro.
Mm.
It's two things that rodents need to survive, bro. That's water and food.
Mm.
More likely water. So if they got a water supply,
Mm-hmm.
that's fun fact. Roaches don't have to eat for 90 days as long as they got water.
Mm.
Fun fact. Hey, I know it ain't fun. I'm talking about roaches, but yeah, true
Right.
story. But I'm gonna go a little bit into that. Let me go down the list because I kind of think I'm gonna answer your question a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the cocktail on Central Avenue, 14 violations.
Mm.
The Gateway Gandy, 13 violations. It's still more, y'all. Christina's Cafe, 13 violations. Angelo's, 13 violations. Warning issue. The Great Wall, another buffet, 12 violations.
Mm.
Burger King on 22nd Avenue North.
Oh
12
man, by the
violations.
mall, by the
Yep.
mall.
Oh man, they always get sick there, boy. I ain't ate that in almost 12 years.
Yeah, man.
Administrative complaint. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where we at? McDonald's,
Ooh.
62nd Avenue North.
62nd Avenue North, McDonald's.
11 violations. That's out
Hold
there
on,
by
hold
the
on.
mall.
Yeah, that's by the movie theater, right?
Yep. Craftsman House on Central, 11 violations. This one here, Donnie, this one gonna hurt your soul, brother.
Whatever.
This one gonna hurt you. This one hurt me, and you gonna know why it hurt me.
Okay.
Urban Brewing Barbecue,
Oh,
11 violations, man. And I think they got their violations as they were closing. Andy actually just closed down Urban Brewing Barbecue. I spoke to him. They're not operating no more. They had a little shindig up there. You know me, I ain't even come out of the house. I was supposed to go, but I ain't make it. But yeah, that one that hurt me. But that ain't hurt me more. That ain't hurt me more than the last one that I'm gonna get to.
Okay.
It ain't hurt me more than that one. Baybro Brewery, 11 violations. Breweries, bro. A lot of rodents in breweries, bro. A lot of
Yeah, I
rodents in
imagine.
breweries.
Yeah, because you gotta have hops, right? You gotta have the wheat and the corn and things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a ton of water. You gotta have a lot of water to brew. Yeah, man.
Metro Diner, 10 violations. Trips Diner,
No
10 violations. 10 violations.
Trips on 16th?
Yeah, I'm Portillo hot dogs, 10 violations.
Wow.
Yeah, they ain't playing. Checkers. 9th Street North,
Let's see. 9th Street North.
8
And
violations.
what avenue, Jeff?
62nd Avenue, 9th Street North, and MLK. 62nd, 9th Street North. That's the one I'm up there off 9th Street and past 62nd. Right there by the buffet. They sharing the same rodents. They got the same garbage can. That's
okay. I never would have thought of that, brother. I never would have thought of it.
Check this out. This last one I'm finna go to, bro. This one hurt my heart more than Urban Brewing Barbecue, bro. This one really hurt my heart, bro. Rumfish Grill, Trade Winds Resorts.
Whoa.
11 violations and a warning issue. Why does this hurt my heart, brother? Because I was the food and beverage manager for Trade Winds for almost 7 years, bro.
Wow.
My job as a supervisor was to manage the team, and we went and cleaned all of the restaurants, all of the bars. That's why I'm passionate about this, because in the food and beverage, I got a certificate from Purdue University for pest control.
Mm-hmm.
So Rumfish Grill, 11 violations, bro. 6.5 years, bro. How many violations you think I had?
Let me know.
I ain't had one yet.
So when
restaurants,
you when you were there,
6 bars.
did you have that shells that was there?
No, just Trade Winds Resort.
Okay.
So you got Trade Winds and the Rumfish Resort. All the restaurants, all the bars, 7 restaurants, 6 bars. Never had a safety violation, bro. So, to y'all at Trade Winds, I need about 90.
So that'll get you out of retirement. That'll put
about 90, but to go back on that night shift, I need about 90.
Hey Jeff, could you explain to our listeners and our viewers on the Voice of the People, because you've told me before, and you mentioned it when we were on the radio, the amount of walking that happens when you're successfully managing a crew.
Oh man, I actually missed that exercise, bro, because it was kind of like I was almost like I know I can't compare myself to a postal carrier. I don't think nobody can catch us. Can't handle with them boys there. But I usually walk 4 to 5 miles a night. To the point where I had to go get a lubricating knee injection into my bad knee just so I can maintain the walking. But yeah, I got 13 areas I gotta check. So I gotta go see them when I get there. I gotta go check on the people while they're there, and I gotta go check them before I leave. So yeah, it's a lot of walking, man. But let me slide on, bro. I got a story that's gonna interest you. I don't even think you was man. It's from the research department, man. Shout out to the research department, man.
Shout out to the research department. We got the best one in the internet sphere.
Man, hold on. Let me find out. Did they get them astronauts yet?
Yeah, they back, man. They back.
How old was they when they got home? Because the lady became like 642. Okay, next story, bro. St. Pete's home. Rod Wave.
Okay, go ahead.
Being sued for $27 million.
Wow.
By a touring company. So let me as reads. This all from TMZ, y'all. Last lap tour, Rod Wave's last lap tour didn't conclude as planned. The Florida rapper is now standing on a new lawsuit by concert giant Grizzly Touring, who says Wave made costly mistakes to the tune of $27 million. According to legal documents, Grizzly claims Rod Wave and Hit House Entertainment owes the touring company approximately $27 million in unearned advances, insisting that the rags to riches stars flat out refused to honor his contract obligations to secure exclusives to his live performances. Grizzly says they advanced Rod Wave and they were set to pay him $40 million for 35 shows. Jesus.
Wow.
Get your money, youngster.
Yeah, that's more than $1 million a show, man. That's intense.
$40 million for 35 shows, and they advanced him 20 up front. And that's the cover clause, including the productions and the various expenses, bringing a grand total to $57 million, right? So they say, yet to the date, the touring giant says Rod Wave only performed 26 shows, earning $29 million against the guarantee. She only got 11 shows to go, and says that he hasn't complied with their demands for $27 million he owed on advances. And to add insult to injury, this is the part I really wanted to get to. It says that Grizzly has been watching Rod Wave's pockets. It says how he spent the unearned advance money on a private jet and a lavish second home. I want to take some time right here, bro. That's how you run off on the motherfucking plug.
Oh, Lord.
Well, listen. When you control your likeness and image, and you can say, look, I done gave y'all enough and well, that's another form of power, man. That's another form of power, man. Shout out to the youngster, man. Shout out to his team. Hey, man. I read the story because, hey, boy, I'm going to clap.
King Jab, you think they're going to settle with him? Do you think they're willing to settle? One thing, my father used to always say, one thing these people want is some money. That's all. So you think they're willing to settle for him with him?
Man, listen. We'll throw you 11 shows on the background, on the back end. We'll throw you 11 shows on the back end.
Man, that's intense.
Yeah, we'll throw you 11 shows on the back end. Ain't no rush, bro. I include you in the next tour. But as of right now, I'm in the sky, baby. Leave me alone. Hey, you also would have bought him a jet. Dog ain't even mad, bro. How can you be mad at that? Yeah, like, man, listen here, bro. Man, all right, never mind. Next story. Bro, they ran up in the gambling spot, bro.
No, what
the
about
lottery spot on 16th Street.
Mm.
Say they got 60 slot machines, 6 fish tables, and 20K seized from a legal gambling arcade in St. Pete.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spin this a little bit, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna spin this a little bit, right? Because right now we're in the middle of a boycott of saving stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I see in our communities, I don't know if y'all understand what happens in our communities, right? In our communities, what we would call the Black community, every other race has a toehold on how they can fund their livelihoods off the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes from the Arab with the corner stores, the smoke shops. That goes from the Asians with the hair stores and hair care products. That goes to the Jewish community. They control the music. They control the liquor. They control the liquor. They control the television. So everybody has a way that they feed their families off the Black community. The Arabs are at the bottom of the totem pole because they're the closest ones to the hood. You got to think, these are the people that the Asian people sold the corner stores too. We got up out of there. Out of the Jews sold them the corner stores. So they done passed this. They done elevated, bro. They done made so much money that they done elevated up. Big game. So in our community, we got corner stores. Corner stores sell everything, scales, stems, Brillo, baggies, lean. They got pre-rolls in the counter. They got edibles on the counter. They got all this stuff in the counter that if I buy as a consumer, when I walk out the store, I'm going to jail. Smoke shops, legalized traps. I don't even know why the police kicking these boys' houses in talking about they selling weed no more when pounds are being sold out the smoke shops. Legalized traps. They're legal traps. You walk in there, they got the weed in jars sitting right up there, 3.5, tell you it's Delta 8, all that. Foo. Smoke shop. Back to what we're talking about now, the gambling arcades. This was a big game. A lot of people in our community gamble. Auntie in there feeding that machine her money, just like she had the Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
From up the road, they brought the bookie game, the sports betting. Mm-hmm. Sports betting, they've been running the sports betting out of these stores way before the Hard Rock app to feed the habits of our community. We go up the road, they betting on tickets. So now they come home. I've been betting on tickets up the road, but I can hit me a little ticket. Guess what? I'm at Mama Faye's or what? I don't care nothing about screaming out names because nigga, you don't like it, hit me in my mouth, please. Thank you.
And if you touch him,
screaming out names.
And if you touch him, it's gonna be a problem.
Man,
you come out better hitting the hornet's nest.
Evaporate.
You come out better hitting the hornet's nest. Don't do it. Don't do it. It ain't. That's not a wise decision.
But I don't care nothing about calling out names, bro, because these people are pillaging our communities, bro. And the saddest part about it is, bro, and I'm gonna just jump on off this subject, is we let them. Mm-hmm. We support them. We'll support them more than we support ourselves. And we'll support them. We'll support them more than we support our own businesses.
And we don't tax them, King Jack. We don't tax them.
Man, we can't tax them because they the biggest CIs in the community. How you gonna tax a CI?
We can discuss that one off air.
We ain't gotta discuss it off air because when the police looking for when you on the run, they going to the Arab stores because guess what? You're going to get some cigars. You're going to slip. We sit here and watch detectives walk in and out these, man, Cracker Red and Gibson stayed in Ray Jacks pulling film. Stayed in the corner stores pulling film. Mm-hmm. Because that's where we go find you at. Biggest CIs in the community. How you think they selling the stuff right in the hood? Who else can sell their product in the hood and the police don't bother?
King Jab, are they paying?
No, they ain't paying. They telling. We keep the beds full. Long as we can keep your beds full, we good. As long as we can keep the beds full, we good. So that's the reason why they can operate like that. They CIs, man. They will knock you off, bro. When you're on the run or you commit a murder charge or something like that, man. Al White, them boys, man, they stay in the corner stores. This is how they find you. The corner stores and the women. That's it. So what they did, they stayed tricking and they stayed in the corner stores. Y'all didn't know y'all favorite neighborhood detectives used to?
I gotta be judicious.
Cracker Red and Gibson, them the biggest. So when you talk about that, let's go with that in the correlation of the corner stores, bro. This is another problem that we got. Bro, y'all know how disrespectful that these Arabs is to our women and our children, bro? Do you know that every time your 13, 14-year-old girl walk in there, boy, that young Arab behind the counter trying to hit, he's shooting at her.
Yeah.
I done seen it.
King Jack, which is a very dangerous thing to do when all that shit's flammable.
Man, listen. Several women in St. Pete got babies from Arab store owners, bro, that they can't go to, they can't even take them home to the family. Several women, bro. Gyros, 9th Street. I work there, bro, and this is really why when I'm in a workplace, I really take sexual harassment seriously because I seen how I treat our women, bro. And Gyros, bro, I was there. If you wasn't sleeping with one of them, I seen how they shitted on you. If you wasn't the type of woman that ain't gonna let them shit on you, they gonna shit on you all day. Cause I ain't sleeping with you. The one I'm sleeping with getting a check and she ain't been a work all week.
Bro, that's nothing but the truth, bro. But before you switch topics, yeah. And we thank you so very much for your passion. You know, there was a song that came out. It was redone in the 1960s. It said, "I couldn't get water. I couldn't get oil from a Rockefeller well, and I couldn't get gold for the mine. If I can't have a piece of this earth, it's gonna be the fire next time. So I say, burn, baby, burn, burn, baby, burn. Nowhere to be, nowhere to see, and no place to turn. So burn, baby, burn. You got to be careful how you treat people when your shit's flammable. That's all I."
Hey man, while we in this mode, man, let's talk about the OG, man.
Oh,
My OG, man. OG Assata, man.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our,
My
our,
OG, man.
our OG.
My
Who,
OG, man.
yeah, who, who passed into the realm of the ancestors. And I wanted to, and I asked yourself and our producer, Sister Bam, for just a very brief moment to remember her as the warrior that she was as she passed into the Egungun. Assata Shakur, who is now an ancestor, leaves behind not a void, but a resounding echo, a fierce vibration in the bones of every freedom fighter who has ever dared to speak truth to power. Her life was a mirror of contradiction and courage, painted across the backdrop of a country that too often confused justice with authority and peace with silence. Assata did not bend. Assata did not beg. Assata became. Assata became a symbol, a living, breathing challenge to oppression and oppressors, a radical testament to the possibility of Black liberation beyond the reach of empire. In a world that branded her a fugitive, she carved sanctuary out of resistance, turned exile into emancipation, and built an enduring home in the hearts of all who believe that liberation is not a metaphor, but a mandate. Her name is stitched into the seams of every protest chant that begins in rage and ends in vision. She reminded us always that the struggle is not linear, nor is it safe, nor is it certain, but it is always necessary. In her words, we found instruction. In her defiance, we found blueprints. In her survival, we found the quiet gospel of rebellion. Assata taught us that freedom is not granted, it is taken. Grasped with calloused hands and with a relentless spirit. And now, as she passes into the Egungun, the ancestral realm, she does not disappear. Assata ascends. She becomes the breath between our verses, the pulse beneath our movement, the whisper that reminds us that we are our own liberators. We mourn her, but only in form, for her fire will never be extinguished. It lives on the rising generations, the dreamers, the doers, and the disruptors, those who carry her legacy not as a burden, but as our birthright. Rest well, Queen. Rest well, Assata. We are still your soldiers, and we are not done.
So, bro, I'm on because it's a book that I probably read about 2.5 times.
Mhm.
Um, the most amazing thing about it was because I've been one that has been in a situation where I didn't think I was gonna make it out of was Asada fled the country and was in Cuba
Yes, sir.
because her and her constituents were basically pulled over and got into a shootout with the state troopers.
Yes.
And the mind state of it's a shootout between a group of black people, Black Panthers, and the state troopers, and the only one to make it out alive was a black woman.
Mm-hmm. Who had been shot twice, once in the back and once with her hands up.
Who had been hit twice in a situation where I know that they're not going to stop shooting. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to die here. So in me surviving, I became an enemy of the United States.
Go ahead.
Which I'm well versed with because with my federal charges, I was an enemy of the United States. Shout out to Assata, man. I think her story is way more impactful than her nephew's. You know, and the only reason I say it's more impactful than her nephew's is because I heard I think Fat Joe and Jada talking about this is the amount of time that Tupac and Biggie were really actually in the rap game. Like they didn't have a long run. Like literally these men were in the rap game for I think Biggie wasn't even a year and a half or 2 years, and Tupac was about 4 years, a 5-year span. So I think her story was more impactful because that was a situation where man, read the book, man. Read the book, support the queen, support the queen in her death by reading the book, man.
You know,
it's
King
just
Jeb,
that simple. We'll get the book, man.
And what we can't allow to happen. First off, we all have to be thankful to the revolutionary government of the Republic of Cuba, because they were offered not only by the so-called conservative regimes of the United States, but Joe Biden offered to ease their sanctions. He said, "I'll ease sanctions off of your nation on an illegal blockade that we've had since 1961 if you just give me Assata." And the Cuban government looked at the government of the United States and said, "We will eat rats to survive. To hell with you. We will not give her to you. We won't capture her. We won't accost her. We won't send her back to you in chains. We'll be damned. Our whole nation will suffer before we give up this woman." We got to think about that, man.
That's crazy. That's
bro,
powerful.
We got, man, King Jab, and I think, and you know this because you've traveled the world, and I've traveled the world, and people don't understand that we as American Africans, as Black Americans, we set the pace for the whole world. When they see us, they want to be exactly what we are because we in the belly of this beast. And big brother, it's so amazing when you look at it that here's a nation in Cuba that made racism a crime. It is a federal crime to be racist and to have actual material expressions of racism on the island of Cuba. Hence why you notice when they talk about the Cuban Americans or the Cubans who expatriated, right? Who came to Miami and other places, New Jersey and other places like that. You ever notice you don't see Afro-Cubans doing that? The Cubans that did that were the Cubans, for the most part, were the Cubans who did not want to live in a country that made racism illegal. The Marco Rubio Cubans, the Ted Cruz Cubans.
Hey, man, I watched that movie you told me to watch too, dog.
Right on. Hey, that was a good one.
I did watch that movie, dog.
Yeah, right in Tampa, man. Right, well, right in this part of Florida.
So when you say the Marco Rubio Cuban, that's an interesting topic. That's actually a conversation I had with a Puerto Rican dude when I was locked up, and basically the conversation boiled down to like we trying to tell him like, look, bro, you got African in your blood, you got black in your blood, and he was one of the people that was just in full denial, and it was to the point where he's like, no, I'm white. I would rather die than have black in me. I'm white, and crazy. It's the conversation that I'm having. My best friend is Cuban, bro. It's the conversation I'm having with him. It's these were the people that voted for this administration, and they're being deported now because it's that so much hatred against the black skin, or just just the thought or idea that it's something black that we're going to go against it, that they would rather put themselves in chains and be deported, or their neighbor.
Yep.
And this was the conversation me and my partner have, man. My partner is about to be deported, bro. Like October 1st. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can no longer have a CDL. This just took almost, I think, 500,000 drivers off the road. So if you're not a U.S. citizen, all the dudes that had work permits, all the dudes that had their green cards or whatever, you can have a green card. It don't even matter. If you're not a citizen, you can't have a CDL anymore. So the ICE agents are targeting the truck stops, the way stations. They're massively deporting these dudes, man. And it's crazy. I don't understand. I do understand it, because when I think about them, they suffer from the same thing that a lot of our people suffer from. And that's the self-hate. That's just the self-hate, bro. It's no difference. It's the self-hate. It's I believe white ice colder than black ice. It's the same thing. And that goes to show with how we support each other, bro. What you want to add to that, man?
It's no, brother. You spot on. When you're bitten by the same type of snake, then you usually have the same kind of reaction. Certain snakes have hemotoxins. Certain snakes have neurotoxins. I can tell the kind of snake that you've been bitten by the way your body reacts to the venom that's been injected in you. And the venom that's been injected for the last 600 years in the Western Hemisphere is the venom of race that centralizes whiteness. It makes whiteness the criterion upon which everything else is judged. And because whiteness is considered a condition of birth, it has to violently reinforce itself every generation. Because if it doesn't, if whiteness doesn't reinforce itself violently every generation, it'll be wiped off the earth in a matter of 10 years. But because it has to do that, then the first attack is on the woman, because the woman is the manufacturing and production plant that produces whiteness. There is no whiteness without women at all. Men can't produce whiteness at all. Men can't replicate whiteness. The only thing that men can do is really breed whiteness completely out of existence. And I think because we don't can understand the depth that these individuals are willing to go to, then we don't understand, a lot of us, not you and I, but a lot of us don't understand how deep this thing goes as far as with Sister Assata Shakur. We don't understand what she means as a symbol. Go ahead.
Let me tell you how deep this thing go, right? Let me get y'all a scenario, right? So, I always say they give our athletes when they get to college, white women, white financial advisors, white agents, right? So, Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm watching the interview. His daddy tell him, boy, you can't marry no white woman. He looking at him like, my mama white. He like, yeah, nah, but you gotta put it back in line because I done already messed it up. So Pop seen the vision. And I always utilize this. This is always my example. The great Patrick Mahomes will always be my example of this. If you look at Patrick Mahomes, he has black father, white mother. You see his skin complexion. Patrick goes and marries a white woman. You see the complexion of his skin, of the kid's skin. You see their complexion. You see their. Now, when Patrick's kids go back and marry another white person, they created whiteness, bro.
Well, King Jam, let's break this thing down. All right, let's break this thing down.
Created whiteness. Now, this how we created whiteness and took the generational wealth.
Well, hold on, King Jam. Hold on. Let's break this thing down. All right, because what they created was what this racialized system hates most, which is a person who is phenotypically, their skin, the things that we associate with whiteness is white, but that person is not white. That's what this system hates most. Why? Because this system is based on ocularly, visually determining what your so-called race is. So what Patrick Mahomes, his family line, his bloodline did, it got progressively lighter. But King Jab, right now today, have you seen Steph Curry's daughter?
No, I haven't.
Okay, Steph Curry's daughter, real yellow. But you ever seen Steph when he let his hair grow out?
Nah.
When Steph let his hair grow out, Steph looked like he got seeds on his head, bro. He looked like he got seeds on his head because
he got that. That Kevin Durant.
Yeah, see, yeah. And the thing is, King Jab, that throws a wrench in their program. Why does that throw a wrench in their program? Because right now, Patrick Mahomes' daughter, right now, can produce somebody who looked like Pat Mahomes, her grandfather. And that's a big question mark. Because people are looking, they be wanting to know what's gonna happen. So you can't effectively. Now you can make, because we all come in all colors of the spectrum. The King Jab, you cannot breed Mother Africa out. Because even if it go for 1,000 years, they'll just look like the people did in Spain.
They don't care about that. They just, like you say, they care about the optical of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And while we having this conversation, because I was really deep in this conversation, I want to shout out my Mexican homeboys, man. Because I think the Mexicans is one of, I don't know, they might have some, but the Mexicans is one of the few races, bro. They don't care nothing. We ain't black, we ain't white, man. We Mexican. we don't care about none of that, bro.
You know, I think, King Jab, when we study Mexican culture, there's a really good book called The Black Middle. It's a fantastic book. I suggest people get it, because what it talks about is Afro-Mexican. And Vera Cruz, that song La Bamba, ba la 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 bla bomba, that's an African song from Vera Cruz that was sung by African people who were enslaved. When Richie Valens got it, he went to Mexico to pick up that song. And it's actually a rebellion song. But the cool thing about it is, King Jam, is that Lupita Nyong'o, the actress, is Mexican.
Which one?
Lupita Nyong'o,
black ass,
is Mexican, bro. Born and raised.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and I think that when people really understand it, they realize, and that's something I think that some of our brothers and sisters.
You get down there. What's down there? Guyana down there.
In Mexico, well, there were a group of see, okay. Oh man,
no, not Ghana. It's another.
Guyana.
And they, because my mom's friend was from there and shit. They look, the
Guyanese, King Jab. I think. Can we bring two worlds together real quick? I know we.
It ain't nothing but Earth.
Can we? Okay, all right. Let's bring two worlds together, King Jab. Okay, so for a lot of our brothers and sisters who claim indigeneity with the Americas, what they have not done is they have not done the research to realize that Africans traveled to the Americas across the Atlantic 200 years before Columbus. It's not that that black people are indigenous to the Americas. We were the first travelers to travel from Africa to the Americas. Before any Europeans, Africans came. And so many of the Afro indigenous communities that you find in the New World are communities that came from the empire of Ghana, Mali, and Songhay. We had been making that trip. So it's not that we are necessarily from the Americas, it's that we came and settled in the Americas, never colonized them though, but we settled in the Americas for hundreds of years before the Europeans came. So when you see people like the Garifuna, who are in Central America, like the communities that are in South America, the communities that were in North America. Yes, there were African communities in North America, in the Caribbean. There were African communities here long before Columbus. But it's because we travel. People don't want to give us the credit for having the math and science skills to be able to travel across the Atlantic. So when they say we're indigenous, that robs us of that. That takes away our math and science skills because they say we were always here. We weren't always here. We were just the first people smart enough to figure out how to get here. So
no, we just came and hit it. We came and checked y'all out and went on about our business.
Oh man, and established trade routes that went across the Atlantic. When they say, "No, we were here before slavery," that's the truth. That's the truth. But how do we get here before slavery? We got here before slavery, starting off with Abu Bakr II. Abu Bakr II actually left his throne in Mali and from Gao and came from Mali to the New World on a ship. So I think that we should, we got to look at that, bro. When we talk about our African communities in Latin America, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm sorry.
All right, man. I want to make a quick little pivot, man.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, this one here might be for Dream too, man.
Okay, what's up?
Check me out. Rehabilitation of the heart, career ready. I'm working with a program, man. We have a comprehensive and innovative skill development program and paid on-the-job training to help students ages 14 to 21 access the workforce and succeed in their careers. So basically, we got a program where we are taking kids, and it's an after-school program where we're giving them career development and certifications. The course lasts for one semester, and the kids get a $500 stipend. The classes are held after school, Monday through Thursday, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., and there's a Saturday class from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Here go the click. Your student only needs to attend 1 day per week to get credit, because we know you in school. We know you got an academic responsibilities, and we know some of you guys are athletes. So what we finna do for with the football players is y'all log in on Saturdays.
And this is
10 a.m. to 1.
This is fantastic.
10 a.m. to 1. Complete these courses, get a $500 stipend, and get a certificate. Students will walk away with professional certifications that they can add to their resumes. We'll be doing field trips, and we'll have real professionals such as myself teaching them the game, because I will be a facilitator in these courses, bro. I will be teaching some of my courses.
Man, that's intense, bro.
These courses are hybrid, so your student can actually come to a classroom or they can attend virtual.
Man, this is amazing, big brother.
We are currently in Hillsborough, Pinellas, headed to Manatee County.
Right on.
The deadline for anybody that wants to sign up their student is the 26th of this month to get them in so that they can go through the next get to the next certification, and then the next one will start in January. Mm-hmm. But get them kids in. Don't play with your kids. Some of the courses that they have courses in the technology industry, trading and finance industry, construction industry, and culinary arts industries. So these are industries. So the certification can come in any industry, any of their interests. Mm-hmm. You don't have to pigeonhole them. And guess what's the best thing about it, bro?
Go ahead. What is it?
They can continue on. If you have a freshman, they can do this all the way throughout high school, all the way into college if they want to.
Wow.
All they're doing is getting the certifications and getting paid for it.
Bro, that's fantastic, man.
And it continues all throughout the summer. It's the year-round program. So, man, honestly, first and foremost, those kids that are not athletes that's sitting home getting a lot of kids screen time, this 3 hours a week screen time, $500 at the end of the semester. So that's what, 12 weeks? Yep. And you get $500. That's $2,000 a year. That $500 will help you with a lot of things: Christmas gifts, school clothes, just to do what you want to do with your money. Mm-hmm. And it's 1 day a week. It's 12. You got to log in 12 times and get game to get $500. So what's that? What, $48 a day?
Big bro. Almost. That's a fantastic opportunity, man.
Yeah. And you get it's the biggest part about it is, bro, I'm finna become involved, so I'm bringing the conflict resolution. Mm-hmm. I'm bringing the content creation. I'm bringing the epoxy. Mm-hmm. I'm coming in head first because it's with the kids. You already know how I rock with my kids, and
right on.
Like I say, I want to link with you, your football players, your band,
yes, sir.
All those kids, man. Like let's get them in. Find a program that you want. There is a process to this now, and because it's dealing with kids, and it's funded by the Department of Education,
right?
So you do have to go through a interviewing process so that the parents and the kids know what's going on. It's going to answer all your questions, but once we get you through that process, you don't have to go through it again, and they can take these courses all the way up to their 20. They can be in school, in college. Mm-hmm. And still take the dream, log in take a course. Because right now it's 14 to 21. Now we're finna add adult classes to it also. I have an entrepreneurship course that I'm going to add my entrepreneurship course there for the kids. Mm-hmm. So rehabilitation of the heart, career ready. I don't have any links or none of that right now. I'm going to push all that out because I'm really trying to help them streamline it and really do a big push to get us at least 40, 50 kids. Man, they got 120. They have 129 kids over there in Hillsborough already.
Bro, and we'll make sure we put the links. We'll make sure that we put the links in the description for today's show. Put the links in the description, and we'll definitely make sure that we get them on our Voice of the People Facebook page, and our Voice of the People YouTube. So we'll get the information to them, big brother.
Yeah, they got 129 kids in Hillsborough, and they have a wonderful facility. And over here I think we're going to be using I'm gonna hold off on that. We do have a facility with 8 classrooms, but I'm gonna hold off on where that facility is at. Right. But get them kids involved, and let's man, y'all stop playing with them kids. Stop letting them play with themselves. Get these certifications, build their resumes, because even if they don't go to college, they can still go into the workforce right out of school and get a little bit more money than they would have gave them coming out of this 18. Right on. 17, 18. All right, bro. You got a booking today?
We do, we do, we do. We got time for it.
Man, we rocking them. It's all on jam, man. Jam the cutoff.
Listen, King Jam. I
Well,
want our viewers
we
and
run out
listeners
of
to
credits.
understand. I want our viewers and listeners to understand, King Jam. Listen, bro. We have the best production team ever. And we are
Absolutely.
so very thankful for our productions, man. Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. We can rock and roll with the book
But
of the
hold
day.
on, listen. My state behind that.
Mhm.
We just talked about supporting the community, about how all these other communities come and pillage out of our communities.
Yes, sir.
If we're going to do a podcast, I'm going to go and get someone that can help me push this forward.
Mhm.
I can't play quarterback and wide receiver.
That's
And
it.
I'm going to go and I'm going to support them and I'm going to give them what they asked me for. That's another thing about dealing with our people. Give them their number.
Mhm.
I've never seen anybody negotiating Gucci or Louis Vuitton.
Come on now.
Give them
Come
their
on now.
number.
That's it.
They say that's what they want. Give them their number. If it doesn't match your expectations, you have an opportunity to say, I don't want to do this no more. But go ahead, bro. Book of the day. My bad.
No, man. No. That's very important, man. It's very influential. And it ties really into what the book of the day is going to cover. So our book of the evening, this evening, is the book White Rage. Our book of the evening this evening is the book White Rage by Carol Anderson. Carol Anderson's White Rage, the unspoken truth of our racial divide, is a searing, incisive work that reframes American history through the powerful and unsettling lens of violence. What violence is and how violence operates. And rather than focusing on moments of Black advancement or protest, Anderson flips the narrative to examine the persistent and strategic backlash that she terms white rage that follows every step in the progression of American African people. With clarity, with historical rigor, and with moral force, Anderson builds a case that the true undercurrent of American racial politics is not the overt bigotry often associated with racism, but rather the calculated policies and institutional responses designed to undermine Black agency, Black citizenship, and eventually Black humanity. Anderson's argument is bold in its simplicity and devastating in its execution. She contends that white rage is not defined by visceral emotional outbursts, but by cold, bureaucratic obstruction. It manifests itself in laws, in court decisions, and in political maneuvers that deliberately constrain Black advancement. From the Reconstruction era's targeted dismantling of Black political power to the Supreme Court's gutting of civil rights legislation and the explosion of mass incarceration following the civil rights movement, Anderson traces the through line of resistance to Black success, once masked in the language of order, legality, and neutrality. This analytic frame exposes the profound gap between America's professed democratic ideals and the realities of its racial governance. I think that when people understand, King Jab, that what they see as a manifestation of racism is the tip of the proverbial iceberg, then they'll understand what Huey P. Newton said when he said that power is the ability to first define phenomena and then secondly determine how that phenomenon behaves. I think what Carol Anderson brings in this analysis that she is titled White Rage, the Unspoken Truth of Our Racial Divide, is a true toll taking of power in the United States. It's our book of the evening, White Rage, the Unspoken Truth of Our Racial Divide by Carol Anderson. Get it now.
White rage. Hey, man. Before we go to the conversations with King Jab and get up out of here, man, I want to talk about our St. Pete source, our Every Door Direct mailer push. Right now, it's fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Fourth quarter, and I know that you know that you got to spend that marketing budget by the end of this month.
Hmm?
I know this. So ain't no better way to spend your marketing budget on anything else marketing but Every Door Direct mailers, because right now you can fight an algorithm or you can put your business, your brand, your event in front of 5,000 people and put it in their hand. It's up to you. You can fight the algorithm and hope people see it, or you can have it delivered to their home by a U.S. postal carrier. It'd be so much going on out here late night. Like a little trap. Anyway, yeah. So you can get your business delivered like by a U.S. postal carrier. Right now, it is very beneficial for businesses because what I'm seeing is some people want to go on flyers by themselves. We've accommodated them. And we have some people that like the co-op marketing. They like to be on there with other businesses. They understand the attraction of other businesses with their businesses that keep people more interested. So they're going on the mailer with the co-op marketing. It's very affordable. I'm even thinking about pushing it down to versus doing 5,000 runs, doing $2,500 runs, 2,500 runs, so that it's even more affordable for the business owners. And I really want y'all to just really get into the mindset and think about what is your plan for the holidays? What is your marketing plan for the holidays? And we can help you. Just get your marketing plan for the holidays. Who are you going to be branding to? Who are you going to be selling to? Let us help you get directly to these people's doors. These flyers are delivered by the U.S. Post Office, and they're going right into the people picking them up. It's right in the hand. It's right on your kitchen table. Conversation King Jab, bro. Let's go.
All right, King Jab. Sometimes I wish people were more privy to the conversations that you and I have, because our discussions are so layered. But one of the last shows that you and I had when we were the top radio show for our time slot in the Tampa Bay area was with a brother John Bailey, who was explaining to us, making the pedagogical concept of transfer, taking one set of skills and making them apply in a very similar way, but a different scenario. We were going through the 48 laws of power, and we were going through Machiavelli's The Prince, and we were speaking about the way that management happens from the position of a kingpin and then from the position of the legit square leader. So I wanted to revisit that very briefly because I felt that it'd be a conversation that we could benefit from greatly. And that is, what is, King Jab, from the ground up, what has been in your experience the role and the purpose of organizing?
Brother Donnie, man, listen. I think that I don't know. See, when we do this conversation with King Jab, bro, I think that these people want to hear me talk about how I used to cook wine in the shower and condense it into white lightning. But you want you go a little bit too deep for them. So, but
well, let's talk about it, big brother. Let's talk about it because
you want to hear, dog. Well, it's all gravy, dog. It's all gravy because let's See, it's hard to. First of all, shout out to Fellas Ain't Failure podcast, man. I'll be on that next Wednesday, bro.
Brother Charles Price.
I'm on that. So let me tell you about Charles, right? I ain't gonna say unfortunately, bro, but I'd have been a lot of places in the world, a lot of different settings. So I sometimes I forget people in the past. And I tell people like I'm from Laurel Park, and that might go over people's head. So when I holler at Charles, he asked me to be on the show. I'm gonna tell this quick story before I go into the conversation.
Go ahead.
When he asked me to be on the show and I went to the show, he handed me a contract. Anytime you hand King Jab a contract, I'm not going to sign this. I'm going to write my rebuttals on this contract and then sign it and hand it back to you to sign. And when I wrote my rebuttals, he was like, hold on, let's put this to the side. And I was like, cool. We didn't do the podcast that day. It wasn't no big deal, but it was a bigger deal on how the brother played it. Because he didn't take that as this dude trying to act funny. He took that as, man, this dude trying to show me how to handle my business in this world. Because what he went back and did was altered the contract for all guests in the manner that I asked, not just what I asked for. Because I asked, I'm like, okay, we're on a podcast, bro. If this podcast do 500,000 views and it gets monetized and it makes up to this amount of money, I should have an option to get a percentage of those proceeds. And he worked it out, bro. The brother came back to me. So, and the crazy part about it is once we had a conversation on the follow-up, he was like, Jab, well, I used to come to your house back when y'all stayed in Laurel Park. So me and Charles go, the man remember when I left St. Pete and moved to Compton, bro. You remember when I left St. Pete and me and my mama left Laurel Park and moved to Compton. So next Wednesday. Okay. My bid kind of different from other people's bid, bro. And the reason why my bid is kind of different because I always put myself in a position to boss up. Maybe it was a blessing. Maybe it was just how I roll, but I always fact check this. And people out there in the digital world fact checked it. Fort Dix, New Jersey. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. I was the weight room orderly in Fort Dix, New Jersey. You couldn't touch a dumbbell or a bar in that gym without going through King Jab. Don't give a damn who you is, what borough you from, what, I don't care nothing about none of that, bro. Don't touch nothing in here, bro. We're not going to even play this here. That was the first thing. Running that weight room, which is on a prison compound, they got a weight room orderly is damn near like a governor. For real, bro. You hold the key to everything. Only thing people care about is working out, bro. Like that's the most thing. And it wasn't a problem job because I didn't really have most of my problems came with I ain't gotta fight you. I ain't gotta deal with you about none of this stuff. I will go argue with you by dropping my dumbbell or dropping my bars, slamming my bars. That's when we're gonna have a problem. I don't care nothing about the rest of it. Left that job. We in prison now, Fort Dix. This is a true story. Left that job. I'm still working for Rec though. I went upstairs, got one of the only buildings on this facility with an AC, and I started a cinema course because we had a movie room with a projector. Wrote out a cinema course, bro. I've been doing this since I've been in prison, bro. I've always been facilitating. I had to think about that for myself. Always been facilitating, bro. I got certificates like this for me facilitating courses.
Mm-hmm.
Roller course. Now me and my homies is up here chilling, bro. Ain't no ACs on the unit, dog. Ain't no ACs in the unit, bro. We up here chilling, eating popcorn, watching movies, bro. We watching, bro. And I gotta bring it in. I got this back with Blockbusters, bro. I gotta bring it in new movies every other week, every 2 weeks, every other week, every other Friday. I get all the newest movies. So we end up watching all the new stuff come out. Leave Fort Dix. I go to Miami. When I get to Miami, I was the number 2 cook. I was I started cooking under my big homie, man, Mike Drake, man, from Green's Bakery, man. Big Dre. Big Dre was down there. And
shout out to Green's Bakery. Good.
Hey, man, listen, shout out to Miss Green's sweet potato pies. What?
Man, them donuts. Them twisted donuts.
Man. Now, my dog, Mike, would not give up his mama recipe. But me and O was there. Me and O was in Miami together. Boy, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but we gonna sell about 100 sweet potato pies, bro. I'm talking about, boy, my dog gonna take them things, bro. We bringing them out that thing, trafficking sweet potato pies, bro. We gonna sell about 100, 150 of them things, man, on the compound all day long.
And I never forget my father took, when he on 22nd, man, my father took me up to Greens when I was that's one of my earliest memories, man. We went early in the morning when Mr. Green was still alive and King Jab caught them twisted donuts. Man, them donuts. Oh my
God. That glazed cross.
Bro, I'm messed up right now thinking about it, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now I'm number 2 cook. Really prestigious position on the compound because I cook all your food. The number 1 cook got one. Oh, his job is to steal. I don't know, man. No, you ain't got to cook none of this. Go back there and steal something, bro, so we can eat. So we can make some money. All this is straight. This is the true story. Your job is to steal. Your job is to feed the troops. We go cook everything. Go back there and steal something, man. Get out of our face. So number 2 cook in Miami. Played at mine for a little minute, man. Went to South Carolina to Edgefield. This is the closest time. I was actually on a lawn crew for about 7 days because that wasn't gonna work. I told him, look here, nah, this ain't gonna work. And then you gotta realize Edgefield a camp. I come to a camp, bro. I still technically got 10 years left. So, bro, I'm finna kill one of these niggas immediately. Y'all listen. I'm finna hurt somebody. Once I say that, they gonna just start. All right, what you need, man? Just so I went out there alone. and it was crazy there because that was where the hillbillies was at. I actually worked for a black dude down there, and they was down there muscling him. That what really made me go. I'm like, oh hell no, you down here and they talking to you like this. I know they finna do to me. I gotta go. Go to my counselor, bro. Counselor, gay dude from Gainesville. I can't remember his name. I swear I can't remember this man's name. He tell me, I got a job for you. He puts me over at the main prison. Now I work at the business office. So now I am the file clerk for the business office. I pretty much do all of their file work for the business office and HR. I'm working with nothing but black women. I ain't working with nothing but women, bro. Ain't nothing, bro. Like all of them out of Georgia and Augusta, bro. This edge of South Carolina, bro. Working with nothing but black women. I'm talking about they taking care of me. My job's sweet. Like I literally walk outside. I get up, get my crew. I don't really have a crew. It's me and another person unless I'm just by myself for a little brief little moment. But my homeboy V used to work over there with me. Laborious, funny ass dude. He was with Selly at Miami. Then he came to Edgefield with me. V, man, basketball player. So me and V walk out there. We'll get in. I got a van. It's in prison now. I got a van, bro. I walk outside, get my keys, go to my van, drive to the main prison. We go in there and go to work. My job was to assist whatever they need in the business office. I did all their training manuals. I used to do all of that, bro. I used to do everything. You just think if you're working in the business office, who you gonna give all the grunt work to? So they giving me, but I'm actually training myself to be where I'm at right now. That was all
transfer. Yeah, that's transfer.
Transfer.
That's transfer.
I was trained, and guess what else was my job there? So in Miami, because I was the number 2 cook, bro, I'm liable to have. This is no bullshit. Any given day, I'm liable to have 20 pounds of sugar, 20 green peppers, 20 onions, 40 pieces of chicken, 4 bags of cheese, 4 blocks of cheese in my room at any time. I just contraband everywhere in this bitch. But when you walk in my room, my floor so wet. My wax game, bro, like in inspection day on Wednesday, the warden opened my door. He ain't going to walk in there when he look at the floor because I know what ticks their brain.
Mm-hmm.
He looking at me like, oh. He ain't even going in there, closing the door. He good. Place clean, inspection good. You good. I got to keep it like that because if he go in there and well, you want any other officer to find out but the warden. So with me doing the floor care, going to Edgefield, I was also responsible for keeping the front lobby when the officers came in, keeping that area waxed.
Right.
So now I see everybody coming in and leaving. Mm-hmm. I'm plugged in, bro. Then I'm so plugged in that the warden that was at Miami, the same one that used to look at my flow, came to Edgefield, black dude. Man, what you doing here? Shit, that's where I'm at. You work up here? Yeah. All right. This dude know me because I used to feed him, bro. Mm-hmm. I used to feed him. I went to the hole. They took me to the hole for some fried chicken. The food and beverage administrator just was pissed off. He had to have somebody ask. They found like 20 pieces of chicken in a unit. He had to have somebody, so he chose me. I'm in the hole. Over the weekend. Come Monday, I'm sitting in the hole. I'm chilling. Oh, man, I don't damn about no damn whole time. Ward knocking on my door. What's up? Man, pack your shit up, bro. We finna go. I'm like, what's going on? He talking about, man, I don't know who the hell they got over there cooking. We can't eat that shit. Because I feed the staff too, bro.
Right.
Feed the staff. And see, I'm a real nigga, bro. I'm not one of them cooks where I'm gonna feed the staff something different than I'm feeding us.
Right.
So when I'm putting us together, it's gonna be immaculate to the point where he coming over there like, hey man, no, fuck, come on, man. Oh hell, I don't know what he got going on, man. Get him up out of here, man. This man need to come cook our food, man. So yeah. But with that being said, like, you know, everybody didn't move like how I moved. And I guess it was really always my ambitions. It was always me not really wanting to be complacent, bro. I'm too much of an asset for you to put me out there with a weed whacker. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I've carried the psychology departments because we didn't know it was mental health then, but it was ran by the psychology departments, and they love King Jab because what? He's going to facilitate all the classes. He's going to do the perfect driven life over 40 times. He's going to do the aerobics class, typing class, business keyboard, start your business plan. All this shit. I've been doing this, bro. Mm-hmm. And I was doing it with grown men that was illiterate. Y'all build the prisons off the reading levels. So y'all putting us in prison from illiteracy, bro. Recidivism is based around literacy, bro. Like you go to prison and can't read and come home and can't read, you're going back to jail.
Go ahead, man.
Or you just like boys. We'll leave that out of that too, because if you just keep going back to jail, you ain't missing. That's also my theory. You just keep going back, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing you got on the street, bro. You ain't missing your woman, none of that, because you getting everything that you can get on the street in prison. If somebody come home from the federal prison and start back hustling, he's going to tell on you. He's going to tell on you. If you go to prison, for me to go to prison and sit in there and see people like John Bailey, this man lucky to be home, bro. And then come back and do the same thing. The only reason you're going to do that is because you know who you're finna tell on.
Go ahead.
So if you see somebody, your homeboy, he come back home from prison, federal prison, not state prison, federal prison, he want to jump right back in the game. Justin, bro, been home. This dude, Justin, I don't know him personally, but he done been to prison. His man done been to prison and been home 4 times. Well, I think he went to prison the first time when I was in prison because he got caught with the $1 million. He got caught, had $1 million in his trunk in front of his mama's house. He had $1 million in the car in the trunk. Came home, went back to prison. Came home, just got indicted again, and they say the man back out here on the street right now. If you buy one frosted flake Fruit Loop from this nigga, you crazy. Because anyway, bro. Yeah. We're gonna get up on it, man. It was a vast experience, bro. I met so many individuals. The experiences I had with so many individuals is countless. I think that's why you can really put me in the settings that you can put me in right now. I done dealt with everybody. I done dealt with the politicians. I done dealt with the killers. I done dealt with everybody, the gangbangers. I done dealt with all the sects of Muslims, because it's different sects. That was another conversation that I had with Brother John because I'm pissed off and I'm passionate. And I asked him something that I knew was unfair. Because I say, bro, how the hell these dudes go to Salat and come back and sell weed in our hoods on Friday? How you go make Salat on Friday and come back and sell weed and lean? And I'm pissed off about it, but it's unfair to ask this brother that because they're completely different sects and types of Muslims. They're not even the same. You know, he shouldn't even have to answer this question. I didn't have to answer it. I didn't make him answer, but I asked him and I realized, like, what are you putting on your brother? You know what I mean? Like, he can't answer that. You know, so just dealing in prison, man, and meeting so many people and just really surviving, bro. Like, surviving, man. Like, Fort Dix was a gladiator camp, man. 4,500 people on both sides. So it's 4,500 on the east, 4,500 on the west. These is projects. These is units with 330 men in their open bay. Ain't no lock on the doors, and it's 11 units on this compound.
You're pretty cold at Fort Dix too. I know some people who
Snow
went there.
fights was the best. The snow fights was the unit snow fights was amazing.
Oh man.
That unit snow fights was amazing, bro. But that's a whole nother podcast.
Bro, we appreciate you, man, so much for conversations with King Jab, man. We appreciate having the opportunity to be able to learn from you, and you're expanding the role of the voice of the people to everybody. You know, not just the voice of the people who people attribute to you, but the voice of all people in every situation, bro. We really are thankful for that.
So basically, to answer your question, then we'll get up out of here. Is I didn't realize it as it would happen. Probably don't think I actually don't think I realized this until May this year, and I was with my cousin. Oliver died. Is that everything that I endured in prison only was training to get me here for right now. I've been facilitating, I've been a leader, I've been doing the things that I'm doing right now in prison for the whole time. So the transfer has really been me embracing and moving into a corporate sector because I'm still not comfortable. It's hard for me to be around lames. Like it's hard. It's hard for me to be phony. It's really hard. Like if I don't like you, if I don't like to say that shit on my face immediately. So it's hard for me to sit somewhere and I don't like where I be at, but I'm learning. And I'm learning how to adjust and I'm learning how to, engage and go into different rooms, man. And that's mostly what it is. When you stop learning, you stop growing, you dead, bro. You dead. You dead. So, man, let's get up out of here, man. Y'all sign your kids up. The link in there. Friday night. I'm gonna bring my binoculars, y'all, so I can look across and see Donnie.
Listen, King Jam. I'm still the voice for Pirate Sports, just not the voice for Pirate Football. So
Hey, man, I ain't gonna take that from you, bro. This year gonna be rough. Next year might be better. Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good weekend. Lakewood Little League playing at home. They homecoming this weekend. This y'all homecoming?
No.
Oh.
No. We got an away game and then we got homecoming. But King Jab, he went 5 for 5 last week.
Who?
He went 5 for 5 last week, King Jab.
Who went 5 for 5?
Big number 7, Shamar Rigby. He went 5. He went 5.
King Jab, because he got rid of that coach. Obviously.
King Jab, he mossed the dude for a 39-yard reception.
Man, you done got the coach fired. I was like, bro, why are you not using this man in this offense? That's why you got fired, man. But I'm surprised I missed that.
Oh man, he lit it up.
I'm surprised I missed that because I had
lit it up.
I watched that game. Ant-Man had the other night, man. What was it? Thursday night, UNLV. Boy, that boy.
Yeah.
That's my little partner right now. I need to call this.
He's smooth. When they was rocking and rolling, they played Arkansas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. King Jam, I'm telling you. And Shamar told me, he said, I said, what's up, man? He said, you ain't seen nothing yet. He said, I'm about to get loose like only I can do it. So I said, hey, man, listen, we down for it. We ready to enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah, because I'm ready to negotiate this NIL deal, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to bring it to the table. Let's talk numbers. Right. We're gonna talk about that next week. Well, our next show. Actually, we need to link in on that, man. We really need to push our initiative for the NIL, and most importantly, is even if we're not working with the kids ourselves, education. Let's get, hey man, let's get up out of here, man. It's 10 o'clock.
It is.
It's way past my bedtime.
Listen, man, you
on
on
talking with y'all online.
Yeah, you were chopping it up, man. Listen, King Jap, this has been another fantastic episode of The Voice of the People. We are your number one. That is the big unit. Number one show on the internet. Formerly the number one show on radio. We made that trip over now to the online world. We are the number one show on your YouTube channel. King Jab, you have any last things that you want to leave us with, big brother?
Hell no, bro. My eyes are getting sleepy as you. I was closing my eyes as you were saying that, man. I'm ready to go, bro. Like,
man. Well, you know mine, man. Mine is always the same, bro.
Showered and rubbing my feet together by now, bro.
Mine is always the same,
out of here, man.
Expand your gangster.
Not a word.
Expand your gangster.
Anticipate the hate, baby.
Right on.
Don't let them catch you off guard. You know they gonna hate, so anticipate it, baby. Let's do it, man. Jam, take us out of here, man.
They never gonna forget what I be stressing on my CDs. Making it out the ghetto, putting my section on the TV. Sometimes I be wanna go berserk. But I'm alright, cause I just hit this perk. See me in the studio, you know I come to work. Tell them my life so they can feel my hurt. Sometimes I be wanna go berserk. They never gonna forget what